Hi guys, it's Alti, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about 5 important things from the latest Black Ops 4 multiplayer trailer. Starting off, we're going to talk about classes. Now, there wasn't much to actually support this in the trailer. Where I got this idea was at the bottom of the screen there's a little HUD element, and on the left side of that there's a cross, and this appears to be a medical cross. What this kind of made me think was maybe there's some sort of medical aspect to this player role, and this was reinforced by, in one of the parts of the trailer, you can see someone kind of hitting themselves with a syringe, so that kind of backed up that idea. Now, I didn't see that change the HUD icon anywhere throughout the video. I thought there might be multiple classes, maybe like an infantry support, maybe some sort of sniper role. That was consistent throughout the whole trailer, so whether or not this will just be everyone's trait, I'm not sure. I would doubt that. I feel like it would be kind of cool to have a bit of variation, but I have nothing to support that yet apart from the fact that there will be a way to heal yourself or your teammates in Black Ops 4. The second thing to note is specialist abilities. Now, we've seen these in both Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3 being the first Call of Duty game to introduce them, and of course this being the follow-up game to that. So we saw this throughout the trailer. It's confirmed that there will be specialist abilities, but I'd just like to go over some of the different specialist abilities that we did see in the trailer. So first off, we've got the assault pack, and this adds bonus score for gaining kills. Then we've got the gravity spikes, which is similar to what we saw in Black Ops 3, which a lot of these are very similar to what we've seen in Black Ops 3. Kind of seems like a bit of a reskin, but we'll have to see how it works when we actually get to play the game ourselves. Spikes, they kill players in a nearby radius to the user. Next off, we've got the ballistic shield, which protects players from enemy damage. Unlike the deployable barricade, which stays in one spot, the ballistic shield allows you to move around with it. We've also got the annihilator, which is a 6-bullet revolver that kills in one hit. We've also got the flamethrower, which lights enemies in range on fire. The Tesla, which shocks or burns nearby enemies. Vision Pulse, another one we've seen from Black Ops 3 that highlights enemies in nearby radius to the user. Sensor Dart, we didn't see very much of this, but it seems to assist teammates in some fashion, maybe allow them to earn their specialist ability. And then finally we've got the War Machine, or TAC-5. Not quite sure what they're going on the name there. They used both in the trailer, but that blows up nearby enemies. We've seen that in both Black Ops 2 as well as Black Ops 3. One thing to note that's going to be different from Black Ops 3, at least what we can see from the trailer, is how score is gained. It seems to fill up a lot faster, and these seem to be a bit less game-changing than we've seen in the past with Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare. As well, what I noticed with the Annihilator, whereas in the past when you took a shot, it would decrease the amount of time you had to use the weapon. So if you took 4 shots and missed, that would be it. Whereas now it seems to be taking shots doesn't affect it at all. So you could take 4 shots and miss, and you still have as much time as if you hadn't taken any shots at all. Third on our list is UI changes. First thing that really hit me here was there's a bit of a different layout, the main part of this being that the score tally is moved from the top of the screen to the left side. The ammo count has also been overhauled. They've added a picture of the weapon you're using. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It seems a little less easy to just glance at and see where you're at. There's just a number on the side and a little picture of how many rounds are in the magazine. So we'll have to see. I feel like they could change this, but not sure yet. We haven't seen the full game. Next up, we've got the private beta. We see this at the end of the trailer, and I was quite disappointed when I saw it because the last 2 Call of Duties have been open betas, unlike Black Ops 3. Now, of course, Black Ops 3 was the last Treyarch game, so we could assume that they'd go with a similar setup to that, but I don't know, I felt like the open betas were a really good idea. They seem to be getting lots of positive community feedback before the gamers at least, and as someone who doesn't like to pre-order games, it allowed me to try out the game and see what I felt about it. Whereas I think this shuts off a lot more of the audience. What we could see though, because I seem to remember, I'm not sure if it was World War II or if it was Infinite Warfare, they originally set a private beta, and then after that had finished, they had the open beta, which that would make sense. I hope they do that. The people who pre-order, they get to play it first. They can release content on YouTube and other platforms that way. Everyone else at least gets to try it and see what it's like, if it's a game for them or not. But we'll have to see what they do. They seem to change this from year to year. Finally, we've got map design, and this is a very crucial thing because that was one of the most complained about things in Black Ops 3, which it was very obvious to see why. Pretty much all of the maps were basic 3-lane designs where they had a left lane, a center lane, and a right lane, similar to some MOBAs like League of Legends. This doesn't appear to be the case in Black Ops 4. The minimap is a little restrictive in some of the clips. All of the maps seem to be following more of an original design along the lines of the maps we saw in Black Ops 1 primarily, as well as Black Ops 2, although they were starting to transition to the 3-lane design a little more in that game. This should be very positive. This was the one thing that really brought me in. I was really excited for a Cold War era game. The design of the maps is kind of pulling me back into the game. I'd like to see how they play, how they feel, and hopefully we can try that out in the future. That's the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video.